What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Spot Show Podcast, an independent wrestling podcast with a few pit stops along the way. I, of course, am one of your hosts, Jim Mint 10 Dickie Wabash, and I am joined by the one-legged wonder, Michael Madrox.
No, Michael Dustin Madrox this week.
No, you haven't done anything to piss me off yet where I have to government name you, son. So we're going to see what happens because I feel like that you're going to
I'm going to piss you off. It's bound to happen.
Oh, it's because I'm already pissed off, to be honest with you. Also, guess what we're dealing with?
What are we dealing with here, Dickie Wabash?
Dickie the Sickly. Happens all the time. I mean, he hasn't popped up in a while. So, with that being said, I sincerely apologize for the nasaliness of my voice. Another problem that I have been facing is because I'm so congested, my mouth has been going dry. My mouth is dry, like Edgar.
Water!
And so I have to pause and get my fluids about me.
You need to put your pinky out the whole time you drink today.
Oh, I will. There's going to be a lot of that. I'm going to be a lot of that.
Bob, damn it.
So yeah, bear with us on that one. But we have got a very important episode of the Spot Show Podcast here today, Michael Madrox.
The big one, buddy.
Last year, we started a tradition that we did not get to finish because someone almost died.
Hey, I tried to keep it going. Keep it going.
Not going to point fingers, but let me just say this. I'm going to get this out of the way right now. Michael Madrox, I am officially declaring you the winner of the 2024 PLE Draft because let's be honest, it was looking like it was going to go that direction anyway.
I had you by what? 300 points by the fourth month?
Oh my God. Overall, no, you had me by dude, there was one pay-per-view where I scored 30 points. I think I scored 45 points, which is one person, which was the most that one person could earn per show. Yeah. And you got 150, you tripled or quadrupled whatever I had. But yeah, man, not fun on that one. But
you lived and learned, right? You're not fantasy booking this draft this time.
Live and learn, just like Sonic the Hedgehog, brother. But yeah, this is, of course, the draft for the 2025 PLE Spot Show Podcast Fantasy Draft. And before we get into that, I just want to remind you that this is, of course, the Spot Show Podcast. Each and every week, Michael Madrox and I get together and we talk about the wacky, wacky world of professional wrestling and everything in between. If you like what we're doing here, and if you want to help keep the microphones on and the envelopes full, you can go on over to patreon.com/MadBash Studios. Back us at the $5 tier where you're going to get this show and every piece of content that we do early and ad-free for less than a cup of coffee. And I can confirm that is in fact less than a cup of coffee because there was a certain coffee chain that I went to today and my vanilla cold brew was about $5.35. So there you go.
It's cheaper than a Wendy's Biggie bag now.
Yeah, actually. There it is. There you go. Here's the thing, though, Michael Madrox. That's not the only way that they can support us. There are other ways that you can support us if you don't have the extra ducats to toss our way. You can still go on over to patreon.com/MadBash Studios, and you can support us free, and you can still get some early access to some announcements and to some photos and all that good stuff. But you can go on over to madbashstudios.com, and there you can find links to all of our social media. At the top of this, let me plug the new MadBash Wrestling Instagram account, MadBash_Wrestling. You can go follow that.
Thanks,
you're going to be seeing all sorts of stuff posted on there. You can, of course, go to the Facebook, like and follow the page. You can go to the YouTube account, subscribe, where you're going to get some good content. There's going to be an episode of Redline coming up soon, Michael Madrox, and this is one that you do not want to miss. It's going to be a really good one. And you can you can go to your favorite podcasting platform, leave us a 5-star written review. Help us out. Help us out however you can.
That's a big one.
That's a big one. Help us out however you can. You know what I mean?
They can even review us on Facebook now, can't they?
I think so. Yeah, I think they have been from the very beginning. I don't think we have any reviews on Facebook, but like I don't.
Let's change that.
A lot of people, I mean, yeah, awesome. Give us 5-star reviews on there as well, but pretty much anywhere that you can give us a review, give us a good one. You know, I think that it's warranted. We got some plug skis. You ready for some plug skis, Michael Madrox?
Always ready for hair plugs, man.
Oh, yeah. Funny that you just said that, considering the conversation that I just had with someone before recording. Not for me.
John Cena.
Speaking of the Facebook, you can go on over there right now. There is a highlight video for level 4. Some of the best highlight video work that I have done personally. Gonna Barry Horowitz myself here real quick and pat myself on the back.
I'm glad you got him right this time.
Yeah, I did. Who was it? I said that one time.
Tom Pritchard, I think.
No, it wasn't Tom Pritchard, but it was definitely
Barry Horowitz.
It was not Barry Horowitz. Continue rolling on with the plug skis here. May 24th, Saturday, May 24th, Terre Haute, Indiana. You are going to see us at the Sewer Layer Toys 9th annual parking lot sale. If you're in the Terre Haute area and you want to see MadBash Studios, apparently that's going to be the only way to see us, brother. You can go on over to there. We're going to have the merch table set up. I have it on good authority that there might be some MadBash brothers there so that you can see them, come get some photos. I'm sure that we'll do a giveaway like we did last year. Hell yeah. Yeah, one of the best ways to do that. Go on over there to the Sewer Layer Toys 9th annual parking lot sale. That's going to be a lot of fun. You can find more information about that. Just go to Facebook and look up Sewer Layer Toys. You'll find all of the information there. And then the next weekend, Michael Madrox, we have got MadBash Wrestling presents the Blue album. Say it ain't so, because just like Buddy Holly, we are going to be rolling in. I just about made a tasteless airplane crash joke, and I'm not going to do that. I am not going to do that. Yeah, that's going to be a big one. As you know, we have publicly announced one match that's going to be taking place there, Oliver Kane versus Kid Riot, but there are going to be more matches rolling out soon. I got to tell you something, Madrox, before we get into that show, something has got to be done about this Jason Levi, man. Have you seen what he's been doing on Facebook, calling himself the real MadBash
champion?
Come on, brother. Come on. No, he absolutely stole it. No, none at all. So yeah, those are the big dates that we got coming up here, and the plug for the highlight video that is on the Facebook. And of course, this episode is brought to you by EPW and Venom Energy, but you'll hear more about them later because it's draft time, baby. Draft time. How happy are you that we're doing this again?
I'm so happy.
I am too.
This was a highlight for me last year.
It was a lot of fun, man. And like, I understand that, like, you know, you getting sick, we couldn't continue it. And that sucked. But I mean, like, it was definitely a through line that a lot of people were invested in. So we're really sorry about that one, guys. I mean, we're rolling with the punches, though, and we're going to keep.
It was just a stupid idea in our heads to, like, make content about this and, like, just have fun together. And I'm surprised like how many people called on and actually stayed up to date and were calculating points and following it. It was like real fantasy for them.
Yeah. And I'm making the definitive claim right now, barring something completely catastrophic, like I'm talking like knock wood, like one of us passing away. Yeah, something's going to happen. We will continue the draft this year. Nothing is going to stop us from this draft. We're going to go Backlash to Mania this year. We're not going to let it stop. We're going to let it keep rolling.
Yep. And I'm so excited to hear who you're going to pick first, because last year I won the coin toss. I got that first round pick, so it's only fair this year that Dickie Wabash gets the hot seat first.
Yeah, so that's going to get me into the rules of this, and this is going to get me into explaining some of what we've got going on here. Excuse me. So, basically, since I lost, that means I get the first round pick this year. Madrox got the first round pick last year because we did a coin flip, and that's just the way that the cookie crumbled. And Madrox drafted way better than me last year, but yeah, this year we've got it completely new. Like, we're just going to start fresh. We're going to get it rolling. So here are the basic rules for the draft. And trust me, there are a few changes that have been made this year, and we'll get into them as we get going along here. So each one of us picks 12 people, which, if I remember right, whenever we did this last year, the first time, we were like, oh, we only get 10. And then we were having fun with it. And I was like, well, what if we just pick 2 more each? Yeah. If I remember right. And then, so yeah, this original draft, we were each going to pick 12 people. They can come from the main roster or NXT. Doesn't matter. We're leaving AEW out of it because then it's just going to get too complicated. Yep. Because then you're worrying about AEW pay-per-views and WWE pay-per-views, and we just don't have that in us. Now, of those 12 names, we will then, after SummerSlam, because that's a pretty good midway point, we will then get 3 more picks from the supplemental draft. That'll have us at 15 each. This year, we are introducing a new rule, the third round keeper. Now, for those of you that do fantasy football, what a third round keeper means is that anyone drafted after the third round from your team last year, you can keep them, but you are sacrificing your third round pick. This was like explaining calculus to a chimpanzee when I was explaining it to Michael Madrox when I first pitched this, because he did not understand it for the life of him.
Nope. Not a big fantasy football guy myself.
But it's not even a matter of not understanding fantasy football. I was just like, hey, anyone drafted after the third round from your team, you can pick them. Okay, so that means I can pick Cody. And it's like, no, he was your first round pick, but you said I could pick anyone. And it's like, you dumb fuck. So there is, of course, the tag team clause. We're going to get into that. So you can draft a tag team together. So
how'd that work out for you last year, Dickie Wabash?
Peace up, A-Town down. Not great. So, because boy, WWE does not like tag teams. So basically what that means is that you can draft a tag team, but you are sacrificing your next round draft pick. So let's say, since I'm going first, round 6, I draft the Motor City Machine Guns. That means that Chris Sabin would be my 6th pick. Alex Shelley would be my 7th pick. And then Michael Madrox would get 2 picks in a row because I'm skipping my 7th round pick in place of drafting the Motor City Machine Guns. Not that I would actually do that. That would be very foolish of me. I think that I've broken down all of the actual... Oh, one more rule that I kind of forgot to mention. You cannot, even though you can draft teams, you can't draft factions. So, like, you can't draft the entire Judgment Day. And because that would take up, like, half your fucking team.
Freebird rules don't apply here.
No, yeah, you can't do that. So you can only draft like one team at a time. And yeah, that's the thing. That's where we get a little bit tricky. Not that it really even matters, but it's like, oh, I want to draft. Like, you have to draft official tag teams. Like, you can't say I want to draft JD McDonough and Finn Balor and then come back and be like, I want to draft Carlito and Dominic Mysterio. Like, no, like these, which in theory that could work, but like, this is like just to be like, well, you know, one time John Cena teamed up with Randy Orton, so I'm going to draft John Cena and Randy Orton.
Yeah. Just
shit like that. Like, these have to be like legitimate tag teams. They are together.
Not
they
factions.
Not factions, or they just teamed up one time on a show. Here's how the points work, Michael Madrox. And there's a little bit of change to them this year. All points starting at Backlash, this is when this is all starting. If they appear on screen in any capacity, that's 5 points. If they appear on screen in a match, that's 10 points. If they win the match, there's another 5 points. If it's a title match, they get an additional 5 points. If it's the main event, which means the final match on the card, it's an additional 10 points. If they win a title or successfully defend a title, 15 points. So, what was really helping Michael Madrox last year is he drafted Cody Rhodes.
Yep.
So, Cody Rhodes appears on screen, has a match, there's 15 points. Would win the match, there's 20. It was a title match, there's 25. It was usually the main event, there's 35. And then it was a successful title defense, so there was 50 or whatever it was. Like
Right
I think that's how it all broke down. Yeah. Or no, I think the way that we determined that is we take out, because I'm glad I remembered this. Yes. Okay. So a normal match win and a title match win it's not the same thing.
Nope.
So it's essentially you win the match or something. No, that's not how it is. Ignore me. The most that a fucking person can get on a show is 50 points. Okay. That's just how it is. Fuck. I'm already fucking this up, man. I got that sick brain. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Clark, you've never done this shit before.
I never have. Now, we've got some addendums that need to be made here. Last year, if they appeared on the post-show press conference, they got 5 points. That is being removed. That is no longer a valid way to earn points because it got very hectic, because someone would appear on the post-show for like 5 seconds.
Yes.
Like, there it is right there. It was one of those, if you blinked, you missed it, but you have to calculate all the points.
And
so
the way the post shows are nowadays, like that'd be impossible.
It would. So we're taking that out. But there are extra things that they can do to win points. If they win Money in the Bank, that's 15 points. If they win the Royal Rumble, 15 points. If they win King or Queen of the Ring, 15 points. If they win the Crown Jewel Championship, which was not factored into last year because we just didn't for some reason, an additional 15 points.
Because we didn't know about the Crown Jewel Championship until Crown Jewel.
Yeah, and we didn't make the addendum, which I think, were we still doing points by Crown Jewel? Or had we already bailed out?
Yes.
Okay, I don't remember.
I got a shit ton of points during Crown Jewel.
Oh, yeah, because it was Cody versus Gunther, and you had both of them.
Yes.
So, here we go, gang. Let's get into the draft. If you have any questions about how points work, you can, of course, go to the Facebook page. I posted a graphic on the Facebook page that basically explains how all the points work. So, Michael Madrox, we are going to get started here. We are going to start with this. We start with third round keepers.
Okay.
So, since you went first last time, and since I'm getting the first overall pick, because this doesn't really affect me, you go first. Who, if anyone, Michael Madrox, I should say this, not eligible for Michael Madrox's first round picks, or for his third round keeper, Cody Rhodes, Damian Priest, or Jey Uso. For me, it is Rhea Ripley. Who did I draft second originally? Because I had to drop him because of an injury. I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
Sami Zayn was 3, but whoever I think it was Seth Rollins. Yeah, it was Seth Rollins. Yeah. But Seth Rollins is, even though this is where it can get tricky, because even though I dropped him, I'm pretty sure. No, that's not who I dropped. Who the fuck did I drop? Who was my second round pick? Because I didn't keep a good list of it. Let me fucking. Sorry about this, guys.
You just want me to go ahead and pick my third round pick while you're doing this.
Yeah. Why don't you go ahead and just make your pick?
My third round.
Okay.
keeper.
Sorry. Hang on. No. So Drew McIntyre. I can't do Drew McIntyre.
Okay.
Because he was my second pick. Okay. So Michael Madrox, we're starting out right now. Who is your third round keeper?
I had two tossing through my head, but I think I have to go with the big dog here. I'm going to use for my third round keeper, Braun Breaker.
Really?
Yes, sir.
You kind of just fucked me a little bit with that because I had a plan. I really thought that you were going to go with Jacob Fatu as your third round keeper.
That's originally who I was going to go with, but Braun Breaker right now after that Raw segment, he's going to be hot this year.
Yeah. So I'm going to do my third round keeper, and then I'm going to do something that I kind of forgot to do. So not eligible for me is Rhea Ripley, Drew McIntyre, and Sami Zayn. Those are the three that are not eligible to be my third round keepers. But I have figured out my third round keeper straight away. My third round keeper is Seth Rollins.
I figured.
Because I picked up Seth Rollins in the supplemental draft last year, so he is eligible. So the thing I forgot to do is, by the way, if this is your first time ever tuning into Spot Show Podcast, yeah, it's always this disorganized. Here's what our teams were. For me, it was Solo Sikoa, Liv Morgan, Sami Zayn, Bayley, Randy Orton, Finn Balor, Austin Theory, Grayson Waller, LA Knight, Ethan Page, Roxanne Perez, Tiffany Stratton, Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins, and Nia Jax. Madrox had Cody Rhodes, Damian Priest, Jey Uso, Jade Cargill, Logan Paul, Bianca Belair, Gunther, Sheamus, Kevin Owens, Tama Tonga, CM Punk, Braun Breaker, Jacob Fatu, Bronson Reed, which, with the ability of hindsight, that was a weird one. And
hey, he was good until November, brother.
He was good until November, and then he had Rhea Ripley as well. So we're going to get into the draft now, and I am on the clock. And this is tough. I actually consulted someone on this because that's legal. I mean, you can do it.
I didn't know that was a rule or allowed.
You can get opinions. This is the one gamble that I am taking, which on the first round pick, my brother. Even though we have been very vocal about this man on the Spot Show podcast.
Maven,
brother. My first round pick is Jey Uso.
Oh, man.
The world heavyweight champion, Jey Uso, is the number one pick of the 2025 Spot Show podcast draft. So I'm not going to get into what was struggling in my head. I will get into it as the draft goes on because I don't want to give you any ideas on who to draft.
Well, you know who I'm going to draft since you picked Jay.
I have a feeling I know who you're going to pick because I think that it was who I was going to go with. But before we get into it, that's who I was really struggling between Jey Uso and one other person. And then there was a third person that I was kind of debating, but I ended up not choosing them. So I'm on the board with Jey Uso, the first overall pick in the Spot Show 2025 PLE Draft. Michael Madrox, who is your first pick? I think I know who it is.
Should it be a repeat of last year, baby?
I don't know. It's up to you.
I'm going with Cody Rhodes.
I had a feeling that, okay. Adrenaline in my soul. Second round draft pick, Cody Rhodes.
There we go. The remix.
Cody is who I was debating because the fact that he didn't appear on Raw after Mania is what changed my mind.
He's a SmackDown star.
But do you think that, I mean, I think that it's a safe pick. I think that either one of them is good. I think either one of them is a good first round draft pick. So now this is where things are going to get a little bit tricky because I think I know who I want my second pick to be, but I'm not fully sure. So I'm going to kind of run some options in my head here. And that is why my second pick is none other than John Cena.
John Cena.
Yeah. Here. That's why. Okay. So,
I mean, at least you get an appearance on the pay-per-views if he doesn't work them.
Well, here's where I think I fucked up by actually doubling down and choosing John Cena. And it's in no takes backsies, by the way. No take backsies. No take backsies. I'm not going to get any points from Rumble to Mania. So that's where I'm fucking up. That's why I'm hoping that I can like front load this year with John Cena and then end the year out with the rest of my picks.
I get that. That's basically what you're doing with Jey Uso too.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. All right, Michael Madrox, who is your second round pick?
For the second round of the PLE draft, I got to go with the Ring General.
Ooh, Gunther is a good one. Gunther is a very good one. I'm going to give you full transparency right now, though. Gunther was not even on my list.
Really?
Yeah, I think you made a solid pick there.
I don't see him being back in the heavyweight picture for a while, but I see him actively in the storylines for those points.
Yeah, and that's really what you got to think about with a lot of this.
And if we're getting this new savage, bloodthirsty Gunther, it's going to go places this year.
I agree with that, actually. I really do agree with that. All right, so third round is already over. I took Seth Rollins as my third round keeper. Michael Madrox took Braun Breaker. So I had every intention of getting Braun Breaker so that I could have him and Rollins. Yeah, I really wanted him and Rollins.
Right there.
Yeah, I mean, okay, now this is where things are going to get a little bit tricky for me because I kind of know where I want to go, but I'm not fully committed to it. And that's where it can get a little bit scary in terms of how I'm going to do over this year. I could go one of two directions.
I mean, you could go one of 60 directions, honestly.
Well, no, I like in my head right now. For pick number 4, Team Dickie drafts Io Sky.
It's a good solid pick.
Yeah.
Solid pick.
I think that she's due for a push. I think that
you were very female heavy last draft year as well.
Yeah, I was. I was actually NXT heavy as well.
Mm-hmm.
Probably not this year, though, because I forgot that a lot of their special events aren't PLEs.
No.
That's not to say that I might go NXT. I might go a few.
I have a couple I'm thinking about from NXT.
Picks. Yeah, me too.
Throw out there.
All right, Michael Madrox, who is your fourth round pick?
My fourth round pick. I'm going to have to go with the original Windy City Saint, CM Punk.
Wow. Okay. Punk went a lot sooner this year than he did last year. You had CM Punk last year as well, and then he got hurt.
Which really didn't affect me that much since it was after everything.
Oh, my God. So here's that made me just realize. So the injury clause, I forgot to mention that. So if one of our person or people gets hurt, we have one podcast to decide if we want to drop them and pick somebody up as a free agent. So that means from the start of one episode to the end of the next episode. So technically 2 podcasts.
Yep.
So you have 1 week to decide if you want to drop them. And that's what happened to me last year was I had to drop my first and second picks with Drew McIntyre.
We're real close together too.
Very close together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Round 5, Michael Madrox.
This is where it starts to get messy.
It already. So here's the thing. I've already front loaded with 3 champions, right? So I think that what I need to do is start determining, because they're obviously not going to be, I mean,
champions.
Fingers crossed they could be. We got to start looking at contenders maybe, right?
Yep.
And I think that that's why Seth Rollins is my 3rd round keeper, because I honestly think Jey Uso is going to drop to Seth Rollins. That's my theory. Do I want to do a women's division or do I want to do men's division? I could go for Tiffy time. I had her last year.
You could go for 8 Down Under.
My next pick is no. You know what? With my 5th pick, I'm picking Drew McIntyre.
Solid.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty solid. That's a solid pick right there because I really do think that he's due for a big push. I really do.
Especially the performance at Mania.
Yeah, I really think that he's going to be he's in contention to take it off of Jay. I think that Seth Rollins is contention to take it off of Jay. So we'll see for sure. We'll see for sure. All right, Michael Madrox. Your
5th round,
pick.
baby.
5th round.
It's not going to be the 5-time WCW champion Booker T, but I'm going with a 1-time United States champion Jacob Fatu.
I almost went with Jacob Fatu instead of Drew McIntyre. Damn it. But I didn't want to get too champion heavy because, like, how long are they going to, keep
Especially
their titles?
With, like, the U.S. title. Like, that thing is so wishy-washy, the way they book it.
Yeah. All right, number 6, and then we're going to do a rundown, and then we're going to go into our wonderful, wonderful sponsors here. For my 6th pick, halfway point, brother.
Halfway, baby.
Absolute halfway point. Rhea Bloody Ripley.
Nice.
Yeah.
Guaranteed championship match coming up soon after Raw, baby.
Yeah, no shit. That's kind of what I'm hoping for. Yeah, I think Rhea is really going to be featured on a lot of these PLEs. And that's the thing that, okay, so this is another thing that kind of fucked us in the last draft is that they changed the PLEs the way that they stopped putting less matches on these PLEs.
Yes.
And we were like, fuck us. Cool. All right, Michael Madrox, number 6.
Number 6, and I'm not talking about a Joker's card, baby. I'm talking about the one, the only Latino Heat himself, Dirty Dominic Mysterio.
God damn it. You always are like one step behind me. Damn. Fuck. I was going to go with Dom, but like he was my next pick after Rhea. Oh, fuck, man. So do you think
I had to put some gold on my man?
Yeah, you don't have any women or champions. You have 1 champion now.
I have 2.
2? Oh, Jacob Fatu, yeah.
Yep.
And you're really going to be ruling that mid-card, brother.
The mid-card stepped its game up last season, so let's see.
Oh, for sure. 100%. All right, so we are officially halfway through the 2025 Spot Show Podcast Premium Live Event Draft. Let's run down the teams right now. Team Dickie Wabash is the World Heavy Yeet Champion. Oh, that's made my skin crawl. Jey Uso. Number 2 is the last true champion, John Cena. Number 3 is Seth Rollins. Io Sky at number 4. Number 5 is Drew McIntyre. And then number 6 is Mommy Rhea Ripley. Team Madrox is as follows. His number 1 draft pick was Cody. Number 2 was Gunther Dalingyalalal. Number 3 is Braun Breaker. Number 4 is CM Punk. Number 5, the Samoan Werewolf, Jacob Fatu, and the United States Champion. And number 6, the greatest luchador of all time, according to Michael Madrox, who can't even take his mask off, the Intercontinental Champion, Dirty Dominic Mysterio. How you feeling about your team, brother? Are you feeling good?
I'm loving it so far.
You feeling good?
I think we're both more solid this year than
Yeah.
last year,
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you on that, man.
which I think is great. So it's not just me, with another bloody murder.
Oh, my God. Dude, I'm going to tell you right now, if we go into Backlash and you completely trounce me, I'm just going to probably wave the white flag.
Just cry.
I think that there was one that was actually a close pay-per-view, and I don't remember which one it was.
It was only
SummerSlam.
close because NXT had a pay-per-view too. And
No,
I
I'm
didn't have
talking
any
about
NXT.
no. I'm talking about the specific pay-per-view itself was close.
Oh,
Let me look because I want to say SummerSlam because I think that it came down to the nitty-gritty at SummerSlam. Okay, where was that graphic? When was that? When would that have been? Yeah, SummerSlam. SummerSlam was, I was right, by the way. The maximum number of points originally that someone could get you on a show was 55, but we've taken away the so now it's 50.
Yeah.
So now it's 50. Here's why 45 was in my head, because none of my people were main eventing, so the most that I was ever getting was 45. So yeah, SummerSlam, which was really one of the last ones that we did before you got sick. We did Team Dickie had 190, Team Madrox had 221. And as of the last show that we did before we abandoned the draft,
yes,
we were sitting at Team Madrox had 1,120 points and Team Wabash had 800. The last show that we did was Bash in Berlin, and that's the one where you trounced me. That's the one where you absolutely trounced me because you had 305, I had 65.
Jesus.
Yeah, but then we went to NXT No Mercy, and I got 90, and you got 0.
Yeah, I wonder why.
I don't know, but I know what we're not going to wonder about, and that is what our sponsors are, because let's go now to a word from our sponsors. This episode is brought to you by Elite Pro Wrestling. We all love live entertainment, right? We all love live wrestling, right? Well, what if I told you that there is a place that combines the entertainment and the wrestling live that we all love? Look no further than Elite Pro Wrestling. Whether it's in person in Odin, Indiana, or Washington, Indiana, or if you check them out on YouTube, Elite Pro Wrestling guarantees a quality show that allows them to live up to the name Elite. If you're feeling generous, go ahead and check them out on Patreon as well. If you back them, you're going to get early access to all of their shows before they hit YouTube. Again, check out EliteProfessionalWrestling.com. This episode is brought to you by Venom Energy. Hey, we've all been there, and there's nothing wrong with admitting to it. Well, what I mean is that we've all hit that midday slump, and we all need a little push to get us through the rest of the day. Well, what better option to give you a pick-me-up than one of the wonderful flavors of Venom Energy? Venom is what gets MadBash through those long show days, and we know that it can do the same for you. I'm going to sweeten the pot a little bit for you, too. Yeah, come to our merch table when you see us at a show, and with the purchase of a MadBash Wrestling sticker or magnet, you get a Venom Energy drink on us. While supplies last, of course, so you better act quick. We'd like to thank Venom again for sponsoring this episode. Please consume responsibly. Not recommended for children under 18, pregnant or nursing women, or people sensitive to caffeine. All right, here we go. We are entering the back half of this draft, Michael Madrox. And now this is where things are going to start getting just a little bit tricky, because now we're in the weeds. Now we really got to start figuring out, like, what direction do we think that creative is going to go? And that's a tough one to figure out.
Especially with WrestleMania and Raw, the way they both ended.
Yeah.
Everything's off the market. Like, it's all new. It's a whole new world.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. So, all right. Here is what we got for Team Dickie. There are multiple directions I could go again. There's a lot. There's a lot of directions I could go. Do I stick with champions? Do I stick with contenders? Who knows? But here's one thing that I know for sure. And that is that Randy Orton is now officially on Team Dickie.
That was my next pick.
How's it feel, motherfucker? God damn, taste of your own fucking medicine on that one, Oos. Yeah, that's big points for me coming up at Backlash, because I've got the main event.
Maybe.
Oh, come on, dude. It's in St. Louis. They're going to do it.
Maybe.
They're going to do it.
Who knows? Cena cannot even appear at Backlash.
But don't act like that wasn't going to be your justification for drafting Randy Orton. And don't try to, like, downplay it. Like,
I gotta make myself look cool since you took my guy, damn it.
Yeah. And then I would be doing the same thing for you. Or no, rather I wouldn't be. I would be like, I don't know, man, you got Backlash. I'm going to be moral support.
No, fuck moral support. The only thing about my 6th round pick now,
I was going to ask who you got.
7th, is absolute, baby. I'm going Ricky Starks.
Ricky Saints.
Ricky Saints now, yeah.
Oh, you're going NXT. You went NXT before me.
I told you I had a couple loose cannons up my sleeve.
Damn. I swear to God, if you go Lexus King after just saying loose cannon.
Hint, hint.
Oh, my God. Don't do it. I'm just going to tell you right now, don't do it. It would be a mistake, probably. So there's one direction that I really want to go. But I also know, I'm going with Becky Lynch.
The man.
Yeah, I'm going with Becky Lynch. I was really, honestly, and if this is going to ruin a pick for me, then, I mean, it's not going to kill me because I obviously didn't take her. I was thinking Lyra Valkyria. Because I feel like that she's probably due for a push.
Yeah.
Like, I think that she'll end up dropping the women's IC title, and then she could be in title contention maybe. I don't know. But no, I need to start thinking about who could possibly take titles. So I'm going with Becky. I'm going with Becky Lynch.
And since you had to go with the man, I have to go with
who you're going with.
I have to go with a woman's champion right now.
I almost fucking got her. Damn it. Why didn't I pick her?
I gotta go with Tiffy time.
Fuck you, dude. I should. I almost went with Tiffany Stratton instead of Becky Lynch. And I'm kind of regretting my choice. Not fully, though. Tiffany's a good pick, man.
Tiffany's a good solid pick for an everyday type of performer. Becky Lynch is so wishy-washy, though, man. The random breaks, disappearing. It's like, come on now.
I feel like that here's the thing, though. Anytime Becky Lynch does something massive like that heel turn,
yeah,
she's due for something. It always happens. So look at me justifying the terrible pick that I just made. I may admit that might be my first big fuck up. That might be my
solid still.
That might be my first big fuck up. Where are we at here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Round 9. So it's time to start thinking about, because the majority of the champions are pretty much off the board right now.
Yeah. Except for like the auxiliary champions.
Yeah. Because like they're obviously not going to be using Chelsea Green and Lyra Valkyria with their titles on the fucking PLEs. They've clearly not done that.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to do something. I took him last year around this time in the draft. I took him a little bit earlier in the draft, actually. But I'm seeing the direction that things are going right now, right?
Yep.
Finn Balor.
Good pick.
Yeah, Finn Balor. I think that the next big feud that we're building towards is Dom versus Finn.
For the IC title?
Yeah. So I think that that's really going to help me out early on, because, like, I mean, I'm really hurting with that John Cena pick, to be honest with you, because I think that's going to fuck me over for the second half of the
year
of the year, you know. So
because you only have it until December.
I know. So who's your 9th pick, Michael Madrox?
So 9 means absolute, pure. So I'm gonna have to go with the opposite end of the spectrum. I'm gonna have to go 0, Miro.
Celo muerto. I almost went with Penta.
I have to go with Penta.
Yeah, I think he's going to be in that good mid-card title run picture. That's definitely a good one. So we've only got 3 picks left each. Let's run down real quick here. Team Dickie. We got Jey Uso, John Cena, Seth Rollins, Io Sky, Drew McIntyre, Rhea Ripley, Randy Orton, Becky Lynch, and Finn Balor. For Team Madrox, we've got Cody Rhodes, Gunther, Braun Breaker, CM Punk, Jacob Fatu, Dirty Dominic Mysterio, Ricky Saints, Tiffany Stratton, and Penta. Number 10, boys. Number 10 is where things are going to get a little bit tricky with Dickie here. Dickie's going to pull some trickies, brother. That's why I picked Kevin Owens. No, I'm joking. He's making a comeback, brother. It's all a fucking work. This is what I'm a little bit... I'm not going to say worried, because I'm confident. I'm confident in it. Obafemi.
Okay.
NXT champion, brother. NXT champion. I'm going with him. And then I feel like that he would be due for a main roster call-up before too long. So
Sooner than later.
I think that he's going to be one of my NXT stalwarts that's going to help me out on these NXT shows. You've got Ricky Saints. I mean, let's be honest, they're probably going to push him towards the NXT title to begin with. So probably Ricky Saints is probably the smarter pick than Oba, but we'll see. We'll see. I think that you and I both are, like, in a couple of months, we're going to have the main event of a...
Ricky can plunder after this whole hotness he's got going right now, just from switching companies.
Who knows? Who knows? Number 10, Michael Madrox.
Number 10. It's not going to be Rusev.
I thought about. I was considering if I was going to take Rusev or not.
Out there. I've seen this story play out 3 different times in 2 different companies.
Yes.
My 10th round pick. I'm going to have to go with a big gamble, but I'm behind this gamble. I love this man's work currently. I'm going with Karrion Kross.
Wow. That's a huge gamble, dude. That is a huge gamble. Damn.
I think after this past week, he has truly became undeniable.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. I didn't even consider him. Two more. Uh I'm going with Lyra Valkyria.
Going female heavy again, I see.
I wouldn't say female heavy. I got Io, Rhea, Becky, and Lyra. I mean, that's only 4. I'm probably going to go all male superstars from here on out because, I mean, let's just call it what it is. There's going to be more opportunity for them on PLEs.
That's why I have
always is.
One. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the whole women's division right now is so wishy-washy because they just keep throwing tag teams together for those stupid women's tag titles. And
yeah, no shit. So, all right, Michael Madrox, lucky number 10. Who you got?
Lucky number 10, I'm going to have to go with the humble man himself.
We're on 11. My fault.
Oh, number 11, the humble man himself, the man with the titanium fist.
You're doing it again?
Yes, sir.
Whoa. That is a big one. That's a big gamble.
He was on what? Not 3 PLEs total last year?
Yeah. But, I mean, you were so ahead with so many of them that he was really a non-factor. So let's see how it goes into this year.
Yep.
So originally, Obo was going to be my final pick.
Yeah.
So now I got to really, I feel like swing for the fences a little bit with my final pick here.
Uncle Howdy?
Oh, God. That was probably the biggest mistake you made last year.
That was.
He got you nothing.
Not a damn thing.
You know what? And I'm not going to draft him. I'm just not. But how do we factor in the whole Grande Americano /
I was just thinking that.
Yeah, because I thought about taking people? Chad Gable. Chad Gable is my final pick.
I don't think that's 2 different people, man.
Shut up.
They have different roster spots.
They do, actually. Oh, fuck, dude. Why has this got to be so difficult? I don't know, dude. I really don't know who to take final as my final pick.
I have 2 in my head right now, and it's so hard choosing from them.
I have 1 in my head that I think is going to probably be a mistake if I do it. I'm literally just scrolling through the roster right now. By the way, the tag clause is completely out of the question now. Can't do that. God damn, dude. Do I do it? I think I do it. I think I fucking do it. Michael Madrox, I think for my final pick, I acknowledge the OTC.
Oh my God.
My final pick, I'm going with Roman Reigns. Because he's going to carry my Cena slack next year, motherfucker. There we go.
Oh, man. How do I top Roman Reigns?
You don't, because he is the OTC.
I mean, I could easily pick, Lexus King. Or LA Knight.
Now, be honest. LA Knight. Was Roman one of the people that you were considering?
No, hell no.
Okay. I
No,
made a
part-time.
mistake on that one, I think.
We'll see how it plays out.
Yeah.
You could get something. I think I have two people in my head. I don't. You already made your picks, so I was tossing around Ray Phoenix,
I kind of was too.
but I'm gonna have to go with a guy I know. He's only got a short time left after publicly stating it.
Oh, I almost
And
went
after-
with Uncle Allen. Damn it.
And after WrestleMania, if they don't push this guy back up to his storyline, like what the fuck's wrong? I'm gonna have to go with AJ Styles, man.
AJ, I was debating Roman and AJ were my big ones. I completely forgot about LA Knight. Yeah. But I mean, I don't see them really doing much with LA Knight.
No,
All right, Michael Madrox. Let's run down the teams. Team Dickie. Going for gold this year, brother. First round draft pick was Jey Uso. Second was John Cena. Third was Seth Rollins. Fourth was Io Sky. Fifth was Drew McIntyre. Sixth was Rhea Ripley. Seventh was Randy Orton. 8 was Becky Lynch. 9 was Finn Balor. 10 was Obafemi. 11 was Lyra Valkyria. And number 12, we acknowledge our tribal chief. Team Madrox. We've got Cody Rhodes, Gunther, Braun Breaker, CM Punk. Number 5, Jacob Fatu. 6, Dominic Mysterio. 7, Ricky Saints. Tiffany Stratton. 9, we've got Penta. 10, we've got Karrion Kross. Gamble. These last 3, though, brother, you brought some fucking heat. I'm going to be honest with you. It's either going to go wonderfully for you or
horrible.
spiral. So 10 through 12, of course, Karrion Kross, Logan Paul, and AJ Styles. Wow. Wowski. Big time wowski on that one, brother.
I can't wait to see what the fans say about it.
Oh my God. Let us know, guys. Who has the better team here? Who has the better team? Now, Michael Madrox, some things that I am noticing about our teams. You only have 3 champions to my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 champions. And you have only got 1 female wrestler, where I have got 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 4.
Yep.
Here's the issue. Here's the issue with them is that they put less women's matches on PLEs than they do men's matches. They just do. So that's where things are a little bit tricky there.
And other than Becky Lynch and that whole situation, you have no telling where creative's going from here.
Yeah.
So I could be like, oh, I'm going to pick Bianca Belair, and who knows? Like, Mania could have been it for her. You don't know
for sure.
this early in. So I'm trying to play it safer. And if the women step up in the storyline wise, I still got those 5 extra drafts after SummerSlam.
3, but go on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. If there's another woman that steps up and like neither one of us, I mean, then yeah, we have the fucking supplemental draft,
Yep.
which Michael Madrox gets the first pick in the supplemental draft since you went second. So, so if you had to change one thing about your team, what would it be?
I wouldn't change anything.
You know what? I agree with you on that one, because if we admit that there is something that we would change about our team, then we are admitting defeat.
Yep.
We are admitting that we are shaky about our team. And here's the thing, brother. I'm looking at you in your eyes right now, right? And I know you better than most people know. I see that there are a couple of doubts with some choices that you've made. You're playing it cool. You've got a good poker face, but I know you well enough to know, Michael Madrox, and I'm going to get close to the screen so I can look right in your eyes. You have some doubts. You really do. And I say that we crack that open on Paid Ski.
Sounds good, brother.
Because I know you do. I know you do. I also would like to give a little bit of a teaser. We're going to give our review of WrestleMania on Paid Show. We're going to talk about what we thought about the show of shows. I am full of piss and vinegar in terms of that because this isn't going to be rant show. This isn't going to be another rant show, so don't worry about that. We're going to be concise critics and actually give our criticism, but there are just a few things about this WrestleMania, not even this WrestleMania itself, but the people surrounding WrestleMania that really lit a fire under my ass, Michael Madrox, and we're going to get into that.
Really?
Yeah, we're going to get to that on Paid Show. Once again, before we get out of here, let's run down the teams. Team Dickie, Jey Uso, John Cena, Seth Rollins, Io Sky, Drew McIntyre, Rhea Ripley, Randy Orton, Becky Lynch, Finn Balor, Oba Femi, Lyra Valkyria, and Roman Reigns. Team Madrox, Cody Rhodes, Gunther, Braun Breaker, CM Punk, Jacob Fatu, Dirty Dominic Mysterio, Ricky Saints, Tiffany Stratton, Penta, Karrion Kross, Logan Paul, and AJ Styles. By the way, after rereading those, you have 4 champions, not 3. My fault. You literally picked 4 champions in a row. You literally picked 4 champions in a row. But this all begins at Backlash. And Backlash is May
something.
May something? May 10th is ringing a bell? Yes, May 10th. May 10th is Backlash. So then that following week, that will be May 15th. 2 days after my birthday. I will celebrate my birthday with my victory from WWE Backlash as I rub it in Michael Madrox's face.
He hopes
that I win. I'm also hoping that because maybe they do an NXT PLE from St. Louis that weekend. I don't know. With Backlash being on a Saturday, probably not.
Maybe we end up in St. Louis that weekend. Who knows?
Do what about St. Louis?
I said maybe we end up in St. Louis that weekend. Who knows?
Brother, I can't go to Backlash. You kidding me? Unless you're surprising me with tickets for my birthday or something.
Oh, we'll see.
But yeah, guys, we're going to go ahead and get off here. For those of you that are on the Patreon, we're going to be rolling into Paid Ski. Look forward to that one. Hear all of our thoughts about WrestleMania. Really excited about that. Social media plugs, of course, MadBashStudios.com, Patreon.com/MadBash Studios. You can find me on Instagram at DWobsCardShop. You can find Michael Madrox, the word 1, and then the numbers 900-909-9900. And of course, at MadBash_wrestling. Go give us a follow. I promise on Paid Show I will not rant about meta again. So yeah, for Michael Madrox, I have been the future PLE Draft champion, Dickie Wabash, and we will see you down the road on some form of content.